We're going to start with the hard-hitting questions here. I heard you talking with your teammates, and apparently pickleball has become a big thing, but you're not sure that you're in on this. Is this correct?
Okay, so I'm not against it,
Yes.
but I feel like I don't play it enough, so I'm not super good, so I just get frustrated. So I say I don't like it, but honestly, like I went to Bear Lake with the family this summer and we played a lot, and I
Yeah.
actually did end up liking it. And then I didn't play for a few months, and then we just played like a few weeks ago at our team retreat. And I sucked again because I hadn't played in months. So I'm back to hating it, but if I get back into it, I'm sure I'll like it again.
Okay, so I'm going to divulge something to you that I don't know if I've told many people because, it's a really popular sport, right? Like everybody loves pickleball and everybody talks about pickleball.
100%.
Never played it. I have never played pickleball.
Some people might hate on you for that, but I don't.
See, and
that's fine with me.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. What do you do because obviously it can't be basketball all the time. So when you get away from the game, what are you doing?
Yeah, so a lot of my summers are filled with lots of fishing. I'm really big into fly fishing. So we go on a few like camping trips, or we go up to Henry's Lake and hit up Yellowstone and stuff, but we'll do some fly fishing out there and some pontoon boats. So love fishing when I can. Just hang out with friends and family, I would say. Pretty normal answer, but
What's the biggest fish you've ever caught? Do you have like a record fish?
I couldn't tell you. But it was pretty big. Henry's Lake is full of big trout.
Yeah.
If you're familiar with that. So usually like the fish you get on there are like, if you don't lose them, they're usually huge. They're such like they fight a ton. But I would say probably about like 24, 23 inches. So
Wow.
Yeah.
So we've talked about your family a lot. You've mentioned your family. You are a legacy kid at the university. Your mom played basketball at the University of Utah. So certainly Utah basketball, but basketball in general, how much of a part of your life has it been?
Yeah, huge. What's weird is I was just talking with my family, like this is my 5th year, my final year, and so life is going to be so different for me, but my family all around in a year from now. Like they're like, what do we do? I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. You guys will be fine. But no, from the time I was little, like my mom coached high school basketball. She was an assistant there, so I was the manager from elementary to up until I finally was able to put on that North Summit High School jersey. But yeah, since I was little, basketball has been my life.
How much more meaning and how much more are you sort of taking everything in knowing that this is your last year?
Yeah, I think it seems so far away when you first get to the U in my case, but now that it's here and it's a bonus year at that, like in reality without COVID, like I'd be done, which is crazy to think about. So very thankful for this bonus year, and it really does just put everything in perspective of, yeah, you may not want to wake up early and go to practice and do the whole hurrah again, but in a year from now, I think I really will start missing it. So those early mornings I'm trying to really take advantage of and really take advantage of building connections with my teammates that I want those relationships to last a lifetime. So it just makes you take advantage of the little things for sure.
How strange is it that your last year you jump out of a conference into a new conference? I guess you could look at it as either you get this new experience for 1 year, or because I remember we moved right before my senior year of high school, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna move schools. I'll just drive to my new school. How are you viewing your last year being in a completely different conference?
Yeah, I mean, all I've known is Pac-12 for my whole college career, but I think I'm excited. What a fun last year to kind of go through this new experience, this new era of the University of Utah joining the Big 12. So I'm super excited for that, and then new places, new teams, new scouting reports. I won't lie, I've started kind of memorizing our scouting reports over the 4 years, so no more of that. I'll actually have to really study them and get to know the other teams, but I'm excited. It's going to be a fun year to go out with.
Well, and the trajectory that the University of Utah program has been on, and obviously you lose a great player in Alyssa Peely, but you get Gianna Niepkins back after the injury. What do you make of your team this year? What's possible with this year's group, do you think?
Yeah, I think no doubt we'll miss Alyssa Peely. A huge player for us. She was incredible, but I don't think that's just some person that you can be like, all right, like we'll just get a new transfer, a new person up, and they take that role. I don't think that's, when you have someone unique like Alyssa Peely come in, I don't think that can just be filled by one person. So it's just, I think our system will look a little different. There was a lot of ISO plays for Alyssa last year. So I think just it's going to be, yes, still Utah basketball, but different play calls, different different people being involved more. So I think that will be different, but we're just super excited. I think our team looks really good this year. We have a great returning core group, so I'm just super excited.
For all of your career at Utah, the BYU game has been a non-conference game, and you play it once.
Right.
Now being in the same conference, which is the way it used to be forever and ever.
Very true.
I know you've been asked a ton about being in the same conference. How do you feel about that, and how does the team feel about this BYU Utah game being a home and home every year moving forward?
Right. I think for me personally, just being from Utah, my mom played at the U. Like, this rivalry has always just been built into the day I came into this world. I think like everything I had when I was little was something Utah. So I just think the rivalry maybe hits a little deeper for me. But I love it. I think it's such a fun sports atmosphere that everybody gets excited about, the players, the fans. So I think that's so unique to be able to have, and now just to do that twice in a season will be so fun. I'm really looking forward to it.
All right, last thing. With this being your last year, and maybe it's something that will happen this year, when you think about your time at Utah, what do you hold on to the most?
Oh, that's a deep question. I would probably say yes, like we've had some huge wins in my career here, and I'll always cherish those. But more than that, I would just say the relationships I've been able to build with teammates, coaching, the coaching staff, and then just even like the support roles that our program is blessed to have, people that just really care about you, not only as an athlete and how you perform on the floor, but truly care about you as a person. So I'm just really glad for those connections I've been able to make, and the future ones to come. Being in a new conference, I'm sure I'll meet some new people that I'm excited about, but really just the people I've been blessed to be able to meet at the U.
Isn't that interesting that, certainly the name of the game is to win as many games as possible.
Right.
And people will always like, oh, that's the one that got away, or I'm going to remember this big win and everything. But really, as time goes by, it's those relationships that you form that really are long-standing and that will stay with you forever. It's kind of funny that for as competitive as sports are, that's not what really hangs with you. It's those relationships.
100%. Like we said, we'll remember the big wins, NCAA tournament runs.
Yeah.
Like, I'll always remember those. But really just the people I've made the friends I've made at the U, my teammates, like, they're just people I'm going to be in touch with for life. And yes, we'll look back and meet up and think about, oh, remember that game. But in reality, like, their future families, them as people, that's special.
Well, since BYU is, certainly a long-tenured member of the Big 12 now, one season, welcome to the Big 12.
Thank you so much.
All right, thanks.